We've got more insanity in the meme coin market. It's Monday. I don't even know what to say about this one. Just hit the thing. Hit it. Let's go. Good evening, everyone. We're back. I've already got the tables up. Welcome back. I'm your host, Joe Vizzani, CEO, co-founder of Lunar Crush. Again, if you're wondering what the heck am I doing here on Scott's channel, we are going live every night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern with the Alpha Show, where I'm bringing to you all of my takes from what I see as an operator in the industry of everything social. It's also raining here in Southern California randomly, so I'm sorry if you can hear all the rain. Shout out to the Board Breakfast Club for the coffee that you sent out. This is amazing. It's even got the little GM on there, so appreciate that. We're taking sips. We're going at it. What are we talking about tonight? This one is just outrageous. I don't even know what to say. We're going to have to explain the perfect storm that is this culture, at meme culture, at some point. I also tweeted out last week, we're having fun with meme coins, but let's be very careful in this market. Things are very volatile. Things are moving. And, we're going to take a look today at a token on Solana. And so Solana has actually flipped BNB. They've had quite the run this last week. Solana's market cap sneaking up on that 100 billion again, 87.89. BNB, which has also had a nice little run, is at 82 billion. So let's take a look at Solana. The alt rank here earlier last week, moved up and then moved straight down before this run. And it's kind of sustained. The highest it got was 66. So it's sustained under 75. So that's what you want to see. Community, price action, things are moving. This continues to move up. Like I mentioned last week with C, and we went through Milli, when you have a layer one that's continuing to move up, there's a lot of money that's starting to be ramped up there. It looks like in this cycle, for some reason, as that continues to happen, then you just see the meme coins going. And that's what people are launching right now. Obviously, it's simple. There's no utility in these things. All the disclaimers are out there that, there's no intrinsic or inherent value in all of these things, and it's all for fun. And it seems like it's for a lot of fun because things are going. And so what are we looking at tonight? We're looking at Slerf. So this community is just off the chain. I was in some of the spaces earlier today listening to these guys, and there's just a ridiculous story of what happened with the first liquidity pool and all the tokens and the pre-sale tokens, which I will get to here shortly. Something ridiculous and outrageous has happened there. But this is just like I said, it's the perfect storm for meme culture. And, they got the same thing, got the contract address up there. If you want to come read about who is Slerf on here, go for it. Once upon a time, nestled in the lush canopies of the Amazon rainforest, lived Slerf the sloth, famed for his lethargic yet enduring ways. So you guys can get in there, read all about what is Slerf. If you're kind of wondering, a lot of you folks out there that are probably listening to this, you understand, hey, just tell me the meme token that's about to run, and that's all I want. But I think there's also some people that are out there that might be wondering, what is all of this and what is going on? And it can only be described as, the community that is, it is just pure internet deep web community that's out there. And a lot of the people that are in the Web3 and in the cryptocurrency industry, we're also, I would say hardcore into gaming, hardcore into, some of these deep web communities that are out there. And, sometimes the most ironic thing is what people want to see, and it just drives some sort of narrative out there. And so it is what it is. And so, jump into some of these Twitter spaces if you can with some of these Slerf community members, because these people are hilarious, and they are just, they're basically in there just saying, pump it to 1 billion, right? They're almost exasperated with how much, they're concerned as to why it's not 1 billion yet and how it's going there. And so, Slerfnomics for tokenomics. They've got the rich list in here, top contributors based in Seoul. just an absolutely ridiculous website. So let's get to the news in here. So Solana meme coin Slerf accidentally burns 10 million worth of funds raised from pre-sale investors. So the tweet that came out, which I guess, some of this was the liquidity pool that they were going to run. Guys, he says, guys, I effed up. I burned the LP and the tokens that were set aside for the airdrop. Mint authority has already revoked, so I cannot mint them. There's nothing I can do to fix this. I'm so effing sorry. So after that, he went on to a Twitter Spaces, but it seems like this almost just like lit a fire underneath the community. And they were like, let's send this thing and let's go. It doesn't matter. And it seems to have potentially worked out here. So just looking at a couple of like the price charts here, and it's literally just, this thing is just continuing to move. Obviously just launched, had like a little bit of a pump, but what you really want to look at here, and the thing that I'm looking at is, which exchanges, and I think they might have just had a listing here. They've got some dexes, obviously huge volume on these dexes already. And then obviously on the centralized exchanges, I mean, Gates already at 100 million in 24 hours. Looks like Hobie's jumped down there. BitGet, Mexi, so all kind of those usual suspects. Looks like LBank is coming down there too, CoinEx. But this amount of volume is very difficult for the larger exchanges of the world to ignore. This is a lot of volume. And so, if you're looking at all of it together, this is DEX volume. I don't know. Are we talking about futures already? No. Perp. So that's just a lot. There's just a lot of volume here that cannot be ignored. And so you probably will see a couple of these tier ones, whether it's Binance, whether it's OKX. You even do see Coinbase kind of like sniffing around sometimes on some of these things. It's just a lot of volume. And so we're probably going to see one of those go live, and then you're going to start to see this run even further. So literally just had like a little push up here recently in the last couple of hours, and you can see the buys coming through, almost 300,000 buys versus 150,000 sells. The price even on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, it's so volatile right now, and it's so new that they're not the same. And the volume is kind of all over the place. So even the kind of large pricing aggregators and the dexes, they're trying to figure out like, where's all this volume coming from? What's real, what's not? But when we hop into the community here, and we just added this on Lunar Crush today, one thing that I'm looking at is the social dominance. So the social dominance versus the price here is looking at what percentage of the entire market, how much social activity, what is their share, right? So it's pretty crazy to see Slerf already at about 1.5% of the social dominance. And I might even be able to go and filter by social dominance here and see if we can get it rolling here. So it's like Bitcoin is at 20% of the market, Solana 10%, 1.8. Maybe it's not pulling up on here. Oh no, there it is. Number 5, Slerf. Number 5 looks like the data is already coming in. 2.95% social dominance. So pretty crazy to see how much dominance that this has. You can see, boom, that's another one that's down there that's been running. And so that's just a lot of the market talking about this thing, right? And so all the social activity, all this market volume, the bigger exchanges are going to have to list this thing unless they just want to completely miss it. The community is kind of going crazy. And so there's kind of this perfect storm happening right now for this one. We're going to look at some of the creators on here as well. So Slerf Soul. So this is the guy that he burnt the $10 million. So, I got to go back and listen to the actual Twitter space. Someone said he was crying. I hope everything's all right, Slerf Soul. It looks like things are going to work out for you. People still love what you guys are doing. Again, it's great to see, some of the exchanges also talking about this. Looks like we got to go in through, look at this also. It looks like there's probably a bunch of fake accounts that are already being made. So be very careful out there. Make sure you pull the contract ID from something like an Etherscan. So exchanges in there. A lot of not that many followers on Slerf Soul yet, only 67,000. So, means that things can continue to look up for how many followers they've got. CoinMarketCap, obviously talking about it, CoinDesk. A lot of this probably came from this story, right? So this story probably gave them a even bigger purview of what was going on. And then that's kind of driven this community even further. So this thing continues to move up. It's going to continue to run. You know, if we get past some of these highs, it's only another 100%. You know, looking at the market cap of 338, you know, we're talking Pepe's in the billions now. So these guys want to send it to a Billy. It's a perfect storm of social. You know, it's got a little flair to it with the accidentally burning $10 million. I do hope, and I think I did see a story where he's trying to make some of those people whole. So slurf it up. It's happening. Memes just keep going. And, you know, here we go. 67,000. That's it. So thank you guys. Love it. Give me some feedback in the DMs. Let me know if you guys want to cover some more. But for the time being, Monday goes to Slerf. Slurp it up.